I'd like to call this meeting of the State of New York Mortgage Agency Mortgage Insurance Committee meeting to order.
I'd like to request a motion and a second to call to order the April 14, 2016 meeting of the Sunny May Mortgage Insurance Committee. The motion and second recorded will be used for all action items before the committee unless specific items call for a different vote or unless any committee member wishes to record his or her vote differently. I have a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
The minutes of the meeting of the Mortgage Insurance Committee held on March 10, 2016 shall be deemed approved absent corrections from the directors.
Meeting will move to the Mortgage Insurance Committee program action items. Item 2, resolution recommending the approval of 50% mortgage insurance on a $40,890,000 HDC permanent first mortgage loan for Tracy Towers, 20-40 Moshalou Parkway, South Bronx, Bronx County.
Good morning.
Hang on one second, guys. Ed, is the other board members, is everybody else on? They just
Yes,
can't
everybody's
see
there.
them? Okay,
Yes.
great. Sorry.
Good morning again.
Right.
Again, this project comprises the mod rehab of 871 Mitchell-Lama units, of which 310 are reserved for tenants with incomes up to 60% of the AMI, and 559 are reserved for tenants with incomes up to 125% of AMI. But the rents are set at appreciably lower levels. The rents for the 125% AMI units are between 66 and 77% of AMI. The development entity is the DeMatteis organization, which has been in the multifamily housing business for 100 years. It's a well-regarded owner-operator of affordable housing. The insured loan amount is only $47,000 per unit, which equals 20% of the project's total cost of $229,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 10% pro forma vacancy and collection loss, or a 7% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions? Questions? None?
No.
Then the resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Tracy Towers, 20-40 Moshalou Parkway South, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
Item 3, a resolution recommending approval of 50% mortgage insurance on a $24,645,000 HTC permanent first mortgage loan for Story Avenue, East Apartments, 1530 Story Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County.
This project comprises the construction of 105 low-income units and 106 mod-income units. The eligibility for the mod-income units will be at 100% of AMI. Initial rents will be set somewhat lower at between 80 and 95% of the AMI. This is a very highly subsidized project. There's HDC, HPD, HFA, and Citibank subordinate debt, as well as $20 million in federal low-income housing tax credits. The development entity is L&M Development Partners, which is a repeat HFA, HDC, and Sunny May borrower, and a highly regarded developer of affordable housing. The insured loan amount is $116,000 per unit, which equals 26% of the project's total development cost of $443,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 20% pro forma increase in operating expenses or a 13% vacancy rate.
Questions? No questions?
And the resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is recommending approval of mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Story Avenue East Apartments, 1530 Story Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 4, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $3,300,000 CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 618 West 187th Street, Manhattan, New York County.
This is an HPD PLP project. It involves the acquisition and substantial rehab of 21 units. The income eligibility is set at 120% of AMI. Initial rents will be set at 82% of AMI. And eligible tenants will receive enhanced Section 8 vouchers to enable them to pay the 82% rents. In addition to the insured first mortgage, there's a $3.3 million HPD second mortgage. The development entity is the Northern Manhattan Improvement Corporation, which was established in 1979 to abate eviction in Upper Manhattan. The insured loan amount is $157,000 per unit, which equals 49% of the project's total development cost of $320,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 22% increase in pro forma operating expenses or a 13% residential vacancy rate.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 618 West 187th Street, Manhattan, New York County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 5. Item 5, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $3,199,000 CPC permanent first mortgage loan for 603 Jackson Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County.
This project comprises construction of 25 mod income units. All the units will be restricted to households with incomes up to 80% of AMI, and there'll be a regulatory agreement with HPD. In addition to the insured first, there's a $2.5 million HPD subsidy loan, and the project will receive Article 11 real estate tax abatement. The development entity is controlled by Stephen Zervutis, and this will be the 9th loan that we have insured for entities controlled by Zervutis. Our total exposure inclusive of this loan is $30 million. The insured loan amount is $128,000 per unit, which equals 50% of the project's total development cost of $258,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a pro forma 13% vacancy and collection loss, or a 19% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for 603 Jackson Avenue, Bronx, Bronx County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion is carried.
Item 6, resolution approving 100% mortgage insurance on a $6,800,000 CPC permanent first mortgage loan for lots on Main, 922 Main Street, Peekskill, Westchester County.
This project comprises the development of 50 low-income units and 24 moderate-income units. And there will be a preference in rental for households which include at least one tenant that is an artist. It's a heavily subsidized project. There's $4.2 million in DHCR middle income program loan. There's $1 million from the city of Peekskill, and there were federal, state, and brownfield tax credits. The development entity is controlled by Ken and Shorn Carney, and this will be the 7th loan that we have insured for the Carney brothers. Our total exposure, inclusive of this loan, is only $24 million.
How many units was this again?
There are 75 units.
And they needed one artist? I mean,
Well, each
okay.
each unit needs one artist.
Okay.
Each unit needs one artist?
There's preference for artists,
Hey,
yes.
How many units is it?
There's 75.
75.
And there's preference given to tenants who earn at least part of their income from
Part.
artistic profession. This includes architects, graphic designers, digital photography, video imaging, etc.
Okay.
Oh, what else? Sounds great.
Performing arts.
Oh, well, okay, great. Excellent.
I would think most people would somehow
Singing in the shower,
qualify.
skipping to work.
Right.
Dancing to
The-
work.
Dancing to
right,
work, which I do
dancing
every
to
day.
work. The insured loan amount is $90,000 per unit, which equals 26% of the project's total development cost of $340,000 per unit. And the project would break even with a 13% vacancy rate or a 15% increase in operating expenses.
Any questions?
The resolution before the Mortgage Insurance Committee is approving mortgage insurance and a commitment for the provision thereof for Lofts on Main, 922 Main Street, Peekskill, Westchester County. Assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And the motion is carried.
7, are there any information items?
Yes, the total mortgage recording surtax for the year ended March 31st was $189 million. For last year, it was $167 million, and 2 years ago, it was $139 million.
Anything else? Okay, there's no further business. Motion to adjourn?
Assuming,
Oh, what?
assuming the first and second previously entered, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 The motion is carried and the meeting is adjourned.
Great, thank you.